Thank you, Kurt. We start off with news from the region. A Trinidad and Tobago national who owns a restaurant in Harlem, New York, was arrested in June last year after he tried to assist a white female patron who was unconscious and being dragged by two other white females. The Trinidad Express reported that last week, Dr. Clyde Pemberton, a retired psychiatrist, and two of his employees, who were also arrested, filed a lawsuit against the New York Police Department for false arrest and violation of their civil rights, claiming that they were arrested simply because they were black. The Belize government has announced a state of emergency in the south side of Belize City as it seeks to deal with the escalation of gun violence in the area, which has left at least 6 people dead over the last weekend. National Security Minister John Saldivar said he's prepared to go to Parliament to seek an extension of the state of emergency as the law enforcement agencies seek to put a lid on gang violence in the area. Internationally, in a historic decision, India's Supreme Court has ruled that gay sex is no longer a criminal offense. The ruling overturns a 2013 judgment that upheld a colonial-era law known as Section 377, under which gay sex is categorized as an unnatural offense. The court has now ruled discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation is a fundamental violation of rights. Campaigners outside the court cheered and some broke down in tears as the ruling was handed down. Although public opinion in India's biggest cities has been in favor of scrapping the law, there remains strong opposition among religious groups and in the conservative rural communities. But this ruling from the top court is the final say in the matter and represents a huge victory for India's LGBT community. A number of top U.S. officials have denied that they are the author of a damning anonymous editorial that attacks President Donald Trump. The New York Times article, said to be written by a senior White House official, says Mr. Trump's appointees are trying to stifle his agenda. There is fierce speculation over who is responsible, with the vice president among those to deny any involvement. Mr. Trump has described the writer as gutless and the newspaper as phony. A spokesman for Vice President Mike Pence has dismissed claims that he wrote the op-ed. Australia's former Foreign Minister Julie Bishop has accused her parliamentary colleagues of appalling behaviour that would not be acceptable in any other workplace. Australia's parliament has been hit by allegations of bullying and intimidation of women in recent weeks. The debate escalated amid a party coup which toppled Malcolm Turnbull as Prime Minister. Ms. Bishop, who ran unsuccessfully to be his successor, said political parties had a problem with keeping women parliamentarians. Ms. Bishop was the most senior woman in the government until her resignation as Foreign Minister last week. And that brings us to the end of regional and international headlines. Back to you, Kurt.